Knights are cool.
I know they're cool.
I liked them first.
Well, I like them more.
Sure you do.
Listen, I love everything about Knights.
What do you know about Knights? Knights are alpha, like me.
I hugged a sad girl today on Tumblr. That's called chivalry.
I think about Knights all the time.
My cutie mark should have been honor.
I am the Knight Master, and you are nothing!
We'll see who's the gallantest man at arms.
Knights are the most important thing in the world! Hello and welcome to this week's episode of TBBAP.
Two best brothers bitch about ponies.
I'm Keg Standard.
I am Phantom Horn.
This week's episode was the long-anticipated Equestria Games.
Hoo boy!
And who would have thought that after 2 seasons of waiting, we get a shitty Spike episode as our Equestria Games episode. The thing was crippled.
Why don't you open your mind to the Spike? Why don't you just allow Spike into your heart?
Here's the thing. Spike was better last episode than this episode.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. He was.
Let me say something about Spike.
Okay.
Last week, everyone was like, but you don't like the episode, but it was a good Spike episode. And you know what? I agree. I do think it was one of the best Spike episodes.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think this, too, was one of the best. Probably, maybe the best Spike episode. I actually kind of like this episode. I thought it was decent. I think we've had, like, back-to-back, 2 of, like, the best Spike episodes ever made. So I will say that.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But
the bar is so low to reach that point.
I mean,
his overbearing presence is what ruined the episode.
No, Spike is the only good thing.
Look,
about
I'm not saying Spike is a bad character. I'm saying the focus was too much on him in the wrong ways that made the episode worse.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I will. I'll be happy to explain.
Because everything that wasn't Spike in this episode was terrible.
That's not
everything
true.
that wasn't Spike was all, Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy and what's his name having their shitty competition.
Okay, obviously
a premise
those were problems.
that has been priorly ruined by the events of Rainbow Falls. So the less focus on that, the better.
Well, yeah, that's totally true. But okay, I've been waiting
and
since
Ponyville wins Ponyville gets more medals than fucking Canterlot or Cloudsdale. God, well, every time they cut back to that subplot, I just cringe the whole time.
Can you really imagine there being lots of Olympic level athletes in Canterlot?
Ponyville is like a podunk little nothing town. It would not beat Cloudsdale or the other one in the championship.
They've got people like Applejack who live there. I mean, these are some serious farming types who do real ass shit.
I'm sorry.
And Rainbow Dash lives. I see what you're saying.
It's a small town.
Look,
okay?
I know. Look,
they
can't
obviously beat a Metropolis.
All right. They obviously Mary sued Ponyville.
It beat Metropolis.
Phantom. They obviously Mary sued Ponyville to win the medal count. No one argues that. It's obvious.
And what I'm saying is everything that wasn't Spike was that.
But that's
the only refuge from Spike in this case.
We see one competition. We see technically 2 with the ice arrows, and that was so... all the times we were focusing on Spike being mopey, I was like, what the fuck? I want to see the competition.
No,
that's what's interesting.
I actually thought Spike's conflict with this episode was kind of interesting.
Yes, his
I
agree.
I would feel that way too.
I'm not saying that. His conflict was interesting. His moral was interesting. I liked that.
So what's your problem?
The problem was it was handled terribly.
Why was it... Why don't you fucking give me a reason why it was handled terribly?
1 full minute watching him sing a shitty song when we could have had 10 seconds and understood what was going on. Terrible.
No, the point of that was for it to drag on and make you uncomfortable, which it did. I was very uncomfortable watching Spike sing that song.
Well, just because a gun is designed to kill you doesn't mean it's doing a good job when it does.
Yes, it does. That's exactly what it means.
Well, that's not a good job. That is a bad job being done by somebody that is designed to do a bad job.
No, I can respect the gun that is killing me. You can't? What are we even talking about right now?
Look, just because they wanted me to feel bad watching the scene doesn't mean it's good for me to feel bad.
Yes, it does, because then his despair at that point and in the moments afterwards leads up to the resolution where he redeems himself.
If this were a piece...
making you feel bad is good.
It just didn't feel right. It just did not feel right in the context of the show. I think it was too.
You're just racist.
Too shitty.
You're just racist against Spike.
Why do you always say that? I'm not. I don't have a problem with Spike.
You yourself say that you have a problem with Spike.
Look, no. I keep telling you, my problem isn't with Spike.
Oh no, it's his episodes.
The way
you don't like his episodes.
Well, yeah. That's exactly it.
All right. So other than the song, what didn't you like about Spike? What was the problem?
Okay, my problem with Spike is the problem I have with the whole episode. Okay, it seemed to me that this episode felt a lot like The Best Night Ever, in that it had like these.
I love The Best Night Ever.
I know, as do I, and I think that's a great episode. But I think this thing, maybe not even intentionally, did a similar thing of building up our expectations to it and then breaking them. But the thing is, Best Night Ever did that in a meaningful and interesting way, and in my opinion, that was just a failure of this episode to deliver. It didn't do anything interesting.
I get it. You're just mad that you didn't see more of the games because you were expecting to see the games.
Okay, tell me, Phantom, why didn't we see the games? How did that help the episode?
Because because the games sucked. The games were bullshit.
Well, and the competition. How do you know they sucked?
Because they involved Rainbow Dash, Fluttershy, and bulk biceps. Because Ponyville won. That's why they sucked.
Those are terrible reasons.
They're excellent reasons. Do
you remember the 4th Harry Potter movie?
No. I remember the book.
The book was great, and one of my favorite parts of the book was the Quidditch World Cup. And when I saw the movie, that was the thing I was most looking forward to. And when I watched the movie, they skip completely over the competition.
I would have too.
And that was the most disappointing thing.
It's not important
in the entire series.
The game itself is not important. Its effects are important.
Well, in any case, these are my reasons I didn't like it. The focus was wrong. The focus was on the wrong things. And here are the places that I thought that was the case.
Okay.
It was the part where, when he's about to light the flame, and he's all nervous. I thought that was good. His whole nervousness thing was really interesting to me. I thought that was cool. But then afterward, when he has this thing about how I've got psychic fire powers now.
Okay, I agree.
Shitty.
That was weak.
Yeah.
And unnecessary.
Okay,
fine.
And then good. And then the song scene happened, which was really long and, just took up time I thought should have been devoted to other things.
I've already said that I thought that was an effective use of time, and they did a good job.
And then later on, when we, the next scene is him, in his room, and the Cutie Mark Crusaders come in and are like, oh, you missed the whole games being sad in here. And we get to see him be sad some more. Maybe this was just me.
That part didn't drag. That part was. That part showed what you needed to see.
I didn't even mind that scene, except for the fact that we just skipped over the whole games. The whole thing was skipped.
I'm totally happy with skipping the whole games. Fuck them. I'll tell you a good complaint against this episode, though. The way the whole unicorn suppression spell was managed.
What about it?
Well, okay. So all the unicorns supposedly have a spell on their horns to prevent magic, to prevent them from cheating. That's fine. So when that guy shoots the arrow into the cloud and it turns into an ice cloud and it's coming down, it's going to kill everyone. One, are we supposed to assume that Twilight and the other princesses also had a suppression spell on them to prevent cheating?
I think we have no choice but to assume that.
Okay, I think that's odd, but...
It is odd.
Let's just say that. The other thing, when Shining Armor is like... Stop the suppression spell! And the guy in charge makes no effort to do so. He's just like, there's no time. No, I won't.
I had a problem with that at first.
That wasn't even a problem with the episode. It was just fucking funny.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Okay, now since you forced me to take a fucking antagonistic attitude the whole time, I haven't even gotten to say any of the things that I like about the episode. So, for example, Spike's conclusion. Did you see that fire? He's never done anything this cool
Even though
before.
it was really contrived that none of the princesses or any of the unicorns could step in and do it for him. Yeah, his thing was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. And more importantly, the moral was something I think everybody can agree is a pretty fucking good moral.
It was a good moral.
About appreciating yourself and not, not it mattering really and what other people think of you.
It's more than that.
Well, I know it's not more than that.
It's letting go of your past and not letting your past failures drag you
have
down.
to accept that you are a worthwhile person, even if everyone else fucking tells you you're the best. It only matters if you do.
It was a good moral. I think maybe the moral is maybe the best thing about this episode.
Which is sad.
Why is that sad? It's a good moral, so why is it bad that that's the best thing?
I don't know.
I
think
there are other small good things. I really liked the song because I knew it was trying to be uncomfortable, and ooh boy, was it.
If that's what you're into, then I guess it succeeded.
I was. Oh, when Rainbow Dash put the glasses on and was like, sup, I laughed out loud.
Yeah, that was good.
That was
really
funny.
And I guess I have to admit, when after the song, when Pinkie goes, nailed
Yeah,
I mean, that was fucking hilarious. So.
It had some good moments.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, and you know, the whole beginning of the episode where Spike was like treated like a cool dude, everything up to when Twilight lit the flame for him, I was like impressed. I was like, damn, this episode's going really well. I can't wait to see how this is gonna go. Yeah. And then the shit, I mean, it didn't do it for me. You know how I feel. But here it is, man! The big news! The confirmation! Alright, we see Rainbow Dash's race. Rainbow Dash gets the mark, and she is in last place.
Yeah.
She makes up for Fleetfoot, she makes up for Soren, she catches up to Spitfire.
Yeah.
Rainbow Dash is confirmed the best flyer in Equestria. This episode confirmed it. No one can contest it anymore. It is fact.
I guess so. But I've told you what I think about everything surrounding the games themselves.
I'm not talking about that right now. I'm only talking about Rainbow Dash.
I think it's super dumb that Rainbow Dash is clearly the best flyer in Equestria.
Well, yeah, but
she should be
whatever,
like
man. It's fact.
She should be like on par with the Wonderbolts.
Oh man, it's so funny.
Why is she?
It's so funny. That's what they were trying to imply when like it's that stupid racing cliche. Like they get neck and neck, and then they slow down and are like neck and neck.
It's like they're neck and neck.
They're implying that she's as good as Spitfire.
But really, because she was so disadvantaged, obviously she's much better.
And, okay, to be fair, I'm sure Spitfire has more like acrobatic or like group flying training. She's probably a more professional flyer. Whatever. But Rainbow Dash is the best. She's confirmed the best. The end.
Doesn't matter. It's a race.
Hey, you know, one little thing I really liked was seeing like the delegations from all over Equestria sitting on their various thrones of like hierarchical ranking with Celestia at the top, and then like their Blue Blood. You know, who else was there?
They had the Saddle Arabian dignitaries.
And then they had some, like, Aztec-looking motherfuckers over there on the right side.
Did they?
They did. And did you notice this? There was another tier below them, and people such as Fancy Pants were there, the one we've nicknamed Trophy Wife, and...
I love Trophy Wife.
If you notice this, shockingly, Cherry Jubilee was one of them.
No.
Yeah, she must be like fucking
what
mayor
the
of...
hell?
Where was she from?
She's some kind of business tycoon. She's not an Appaloosa, is she?
No. It's the one from fucking where Applejack runs away.
Last roundup.
Yeah.
Whatever. She lives in Cherryland.
But she confirmed she is the ranking official of Cherry Farm.
I think she's probably just a really rich person who's been invited because of how much money she has.
I mean, Fancy Pants was there too.
Yeah.
And
he's not an elected official.
Yeah. So in conclusion, all the build-up to this episode I felt was completely wasted. Not that I hate Spike, but with some shitty Spike stuff. And so I can't give the episode a passing grade, so I give it a big...
Alright, whatever. The episode had a lot of crap, mostly everything relating to the games itself I thought was dumb, but I found Spike's conflict in the moral fairly compelling.
Yeah.
The episode had some standout moments that really amused me. So overall, I give it 37 Ponyville medals.
And that's gonna do it for this week's episode of TBBAP.
Two best guys don't agree about ponies.
I'm Cake Standing.
And this is Phantom Horn.
I'll see you next time.